15 minutes. My name is McAdams. I am an author, I'm an accounting professor, I'm also a certified life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and fitness. I help people reach their goals. And it's my pleasure to be broadcasting this morning to talk about the 5 areas that we're going to be, the 3 areas that we're going to be working on for 5 minutes each. So this is going to be the mind, the body, and the soul. We're going to be doing 3 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. Now for the soul, what we're going to be doing is a 5-minute meditation, and this is a guided meditation. This morning's script is going to be brought to you by Suzanne Kempkin. And then for the body portion, we're going to do a 5-minute yoga routine. And then for the mind portion, we're going to actually be reading out of a book that I wrote 3 years ago. It's entitled Your Body, the Perfect House: How to Find Your True Purpose and Live a Balanced Life. So I'm so excited to be bringing this portion to you today because we are still in the financial area. So in case you don't know what I'm talking about, my book is an analogy based upon your house, imagine of a house, and then your body, which is your physical house, right? And so I take the rooms in the house, and I apply it to the areas in your life. So the living room is indicative of your financial. The kitchen is your physical. You have the office, which is your spirituality. We have the 2 bathrooms. We have a left brain and a right brain, and that comprise of your emotional area. And then there's 2 bedrooms. One is going to be for your relationship with yourself, and then the other is for a relationship with others. And so this morning we are still on the financial. And we're kind of, again, there's a lot of information on the financial, so there's going to be, I'll probably cut it down and maybe the rest of this week. So Saturday will be the last day of the financial, and then we'll move on to the next chapter. And before I get started, I just want to remind you, or not necessarily remind you, inform you that I will not be broadcasting live tomorrow. Okay, so Friday, tomorrow, I will not be broadcasting because I'm actually going to see the Dalai Lama. He's going to be speaking at UCSD in San Diego. And so the doors open at 7, so I'm leaving my house at 5:30 in the morning, okay, because it takes me about 30-40 minutes to get there. So I will not be broadcasting live tomorrow, so please make a note of that. And of course, I want to thank my viewers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this live broadcast and or the recording. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so let's get started to that physical. So if you remember, yesterday we talked about the retirement. And so today we're going to continue that theme, but I'm going to talk about the 10 things that you need to know about your 401k. Okay, because in retirement, remember, you cannot have too much money when it comes to your retirement. A lot of times people think, oh, I don't need this much money because this, that, and the other. But if you're like me, when I get ready to retire, I'm going to really, I already live life, to its fullest. I'm going to really do it up when I retire. Okay, so again, you want to make sure that you set yourself up so that when you retire, you do have a nice nest egg so that it affords you the life that you want to be able to live at that point. Okay, so don't rely on the Social Security. That's not going to help you if it's even around by the time you get there. Okay, so first off, number 1 is going to be asked, or the question is, what is a 401k? So a 401k is actually a defined benefit plan that your employer allows you to help contribute to your retirement. And it's called a defined benefit plan because the participant or the contributions are defined or set by you, the participant, or your employer. Okay, and then the money that you receive upon your retirement is going to be dependent upon how the investments does. So in other words, when you put the money in the 401k, your employer actually outsources to a third party, and then they invest it in mutual funds, stocks and bonds, and so on. And then depending on how those investments do, it's going to determine what your contribution is going to be at retirement. So you may be asking, well, why is it called a 401k? Well, it's called the 401k because that's actually where it's located in the Internal Revenue Code. It's located in section 401k, hence the name. Okay, and the beauty of this is that you get to decide. So in other words, when you go to a job that actually offers this type of benefit for you, then they're going to have a series of investment laid out, and you can allocate your investments, and this is going to give you several advantages, right? So it's going to help you for easy diversification. So you get to pick the mix of what how you want your money to be invested, and then it's also going to let you take advantage of dollar cost averaging because you're going to be investing small amounts every single month. Okay, so you want to make sure that you understand that this is something that you decide, and based upon your decision, then it's going to determine whether or not what the contribution is going to be like when you retire. The fourth thing that you want to know about it is that it's easy, because when your employer offers this type of contribution, it's usually made automatic, I should say. So in other words, you don't even see it. It's not like you get your paycheck and then you say, okay, here's my contribution to my retirement, because how is that working, or how do you think that will work for you? No, this is actually money that is actually automatically taken from your paycheck, pre-tax. So you're not paying taxes on it at the time that you're contributing it to it. Okay, so the fifth thing is that you want to know your limits. So there are limits imposed on how much you can contribute to a 401k. Now in 2017, the maximum amount that you contribute is $18,000. Okay, so that's you individually can contribute $18,000 to your 401k plan. Now, if you are turning 50 this year or older, you can actually contribute an additional $6,000. They call it like a catch-up. So you can contribute an additional $6,000 to a 401k. Now, for 2017, the maximum total amount, that means the combination of what you put in and your employer puts in, that maximum is going to be $54,000 for the year. And again, if you're over 50, it's going to be $60,000. Okay, so you want to make sure that you know your limits. Number 6 is that there is free money. Read all about it. So what do I mean by free money? Many of your employers, or many of the employers, actually offer a matching program. So if you contribute a percentage of your, let's say you contribute 3% of your salary, then they're going to match you. And sometimes it's dollar for dollar, like sometimes it's 100% match. So if you put in, let's say $3,000, they're going to match it $3,000. And that means that you have a total investment of $6,000. Okay, so that is free money. And if your employer does offer the matching, then you want to make sure that you take full advantage of it. Like, don't skim. And by the way, with the contribution, it's either going to be a percentage or it's going to be a portion of your salary, right? So if, let's say that your employer offers a matching and it's 100%, then you want to make sure if the maximum that you can contribute is 4% of your salary, contribute to the max. Okay, so take advantage of that free money. Now the next thing, which is number 6, is going to be, actually number 7, is going to be vesting. Now what vesting is think of it like an asterisk. Okay, so after vesting, like think of a little asterisk, a little star, a little symbol on the keyboard. And what it means is there's stipulations that the employer imposes on the matching if they offer it. And from the employer's standpoint of view, this is an employee retention, mechanism. In other words, they want longevity in their employees. So what they do is they may say that in order to be fully vested into the 401k, you have to be working for 5 years. And what that means is at the end of 5 years, 100% of the amount that they match to your contributions, you have access to. So in other words, if you put in, let's say a grand total of, I don't know, $10,000 that you put in, and they matched you $10,000. So therefore, you now have a total combination of $20,000, and you stayed at that employer for 5 years, then you get the whole $20,000. Where if you leave earlier, they usually have a sliding scale where it says you get 30% or 10% or no, or 0. Okay, so make sure that you talk with your employee to see, first off, if they have a matching, if they do match, and then if there's any type of vesting stipulation that they have. And then number 8 is borrowing. A lot of people don't know that you can actually borrow from your 401k. Now, word of caution, I do not recommend that you borrow from your 401k. It is, however, in some instances, better than actually withdrawing from your 401k. So it behoves me to actually make sure that you understand the difference. Okay, so if, let's say you're in a financial situation where you need the money, if the employer offers this incentive, or this advantage, I should say, it's not an incentive, it's an advantage, then you may be able to borrow as opposed to just totally withdrawing it, because I'm going to talk about the penalties for early withdrawal. Okay, but if you do borrow from your 401k, keep in mind that you can only borrow up to 50% of the amount that you have vested in there. And then keep in mind that this is a loan, right? So you're going to be paying back the principal and interest. So you're paying interest on your own money. Now, eventually you'll get it back, but just thinking that in the meantime, while you're doing it, you're paying principal and interest on your money. Okay. So with that being said, keep in mind that usually the term is for 5 years. Okay, so you have 5 years to pay it back. And you don't want to miss payments, because if you do miss payments, then that's when penalties and interest apply. And another thing that you want to be careful of when you're borrowing from your 401k is the realization that if you lose your employment, quit, get fired or whatever, now your loan is going to be accelerated to 60 days. So instead of 5 years to pay it back, now you have 60 days. And obviously, if you don't pay it back, then that's when the IRS comes in and say, okay, we're going to penalize you and have interest and all that. So you don't want that to happen. Okay, so if at all possible, keep in mind that your retirement is supposed to be exactly for that. It's considered a retirement savings, not just a savings, a retirement savings. You're saving for your retirement. So with that, keep that in mind, that you don't want to use it as a just in case or a total emergency situation. Okay, it's the retirement savings. Now, number 9 is understanding about early withdrawals. Now, generally speaking, if you withdraw any of the money early, you're going to be penalized, and it's going to be 10%. Not only are you going to be penalized 10%, but you also have to put it on your income tax return. And let me just mention this. If you borrow from your 401k, then you don't include that in your income taxes. But if you withdraw from your 401k, you do include that in your income taxes. Now, if you withdraw, there's certain circumstances. Let's say, like if you have a hardship, if you buy a new home, if there's like small medical expenses, education expenses, those are the ones that you can actually withdraw from your 401k, but you still will be penalized. Okay, it's not an IRA. You will be penalized if you withdraw for a first-time home, or if there's like a foreclosure or educational expenses, or there's some medical expenses underneath a certain amount. Okay, so those you will have a penalty. Now, there are some type of withdrawals where they don't have a penalty. Now, those withdrawals include, for instance, if you die, if there's a death, or if you're totally or permanently disabled, then you can actually withdraw the money without being penalized. And then if you have medical expenses that's above 10% of your adjusted gross income, then there's no penalty associated with that as well. So bottom line is, if you're thinking about withdrawing from your 401k plan, make sure that you're aware of the penalties that may be assessed. And as we're talking about withdrawals, by the time you reach the age of 59 and a half, you can start withdrawing from your 401k without the penalties. Okay, so 59 and a half is like the number, that the age that you want to remember if you're thinking about withdrawing from your 401k. Now, you can actually keep it in longer, but if you reach age 70 and a half, you must withdraw from your 401k. Okay, so that's the maximum age is 70 and a half. You must withdraw. You can withdraw starting at 59 and a half. All right, almost done here. We got one more. And the last one is, of course, leaving the company. So when you leave the company, and by the way, you can withdraw from your 401k if you leave the company, but again, that's penalty. If you do leave the company, you have some choices. Some companies allow you to leave the plan there, and usually there's a minimum, like sometimes like $5,000. There's usually a minimum, but some companies do allow you the option to leave the 401k there. You can also roll it over to an individual retirement account, an IRA, and if you get a new job, then you can also roll it over to another 401k plan. The thing that you want to know when it comes to leaving employment or rolling over a 401k is make sure that the money doesn't touch your hands. In other words, let the plan administrator do the transformation for you, because if it touches your hands, there is a possibility that now you're gonna have to include it in income. So again, make sure that you're up to date on all this information, but keep in mind we're talking about the financial area. I know it's very early in the morning and you just love talking about finances. I know I do. And by the way, when's the best time to talk about finance if it's not early in the morning, right? This is when you just woke up from a hopefully nice sleep, that hopefully you got enough sleep, and your mind is open and pliable, open to suggestions. Well, if I wait till later in the afternoon, you're going to be all stressed with the day. And of course, if you wait till the evening, you're totally burnt out. You're exhausted. So this is the best time to talk about the finances. But guess what? We're done for today. All right. So hopefully that was very useful to you, particularly as it relates to your retirement. Oh, I'm actually plugged up here. Let me unplug myself. All right, so again, I won't be broadcasting tomorrow. I want to make sure. I gotta remember my cell phone. I see what the habit is when I lose my cell phone or when I leave my cell phone. Is when I get up, I need a free hand to push my chair in, because it's like a habit of me pushing my chair in. And so when I do that, then I go and turn off the light, and then I usually leave. Well, I don't usually remember to grab my phone, so somehow I got to change that little routine if I want to forget my cell phone. But today, because I mentioned it, I'm going to remember it. Okay, so hopefully you guys are having a great day. It's toward the end of the week, and I know your brain is probably getting a little tired if you have a 9 to 5, but the weekend is almost here. We have just one more day of, oops, sorry, I almost just lost my iPad. We almost have one more day left of a work, for your work week if you're working a typical 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. All right, so now we're going to move on to the yoga portion. And for the yoga portion, we're going to start off in child's pose. And make sure that in child's pose that your feet are together, and I want your knees spread out nice and wide toward the corners of the mat if you're using a mat. And then you're going to have your arms extended overhead with your palms facing down. And just so you know, immediately after the yoga portion, we're going to be doing the meditation. So, and again, the meditation script is brought to you by Susanna Kemp. All right, so go ahead and get into your child's pose. Remember, this is a practice, so I invite you to practice with me. Let me go ahead and put my music on, and let's get started. Okay, so child's pose, we're going to hold that for 3 deep breaths. Again, thank you for joining me this morning. Music. There we go. All right. Kind of walk your hands out, forehead down toward the mat. Relax your body and then take nice 3 deep breaths. On the next inhalation, I want you to come up on top of your fingertips. I want you to feel the nice elongation and the lengthening in your arms. Pressing those shoulder blades down toward the mat. Feeling the stretch all the way to your upper back, your lower back. Fingertips. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Now go ahead and release your palms down and walk your palms down back toward the shoulders and transition your body into the tabletop. In this position, your palms are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. And you're taking a nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose. And as you exhale, I want you to drop your chin down toward your chest, round through the spine, tuck the tailbone under. As you inhale, your head and chest comes forward. Arch your back, tailbone sticks out toward the back of the room. Again, press those armpits down toward the mat. And as you exhale, round through the spine. Again, inhale, head and chest comes forward. Just kind of take your time, using that slow, deep Ujjayi breath. Diaphragm coming all the way up toward the chest cavity, and then returning all the way back down to its original starting position. One more time, nice deep breath, inhaling. This time as you exhale, just turn back to the tabletop. Now, I want you to curl your toes under, and I want you to take it to downward facing dog. This is on an exhalation. Now, on the downward facing dog, if this is too early in the morning for stretching, particularly if your muscles are tight, feel free to spread your legs out nice and wide toward the edge of the mat. Otherwise, keep your feet directly underneath your hips. Go ahead and pedal the legs, just kind of stretching those muscles, feeling the elongation. Pressing your chest toward your thighs and your knees. You're relaxing the shoulders. You're doing what feels comfortable to you this early in the morning. Nice deep breath. Try to get those heels down toward the mat. Lifting those kneecaps to engage those quadriceps. On your next inhalation, I want you to bring that left foot forward toward the fingertips. And I want you to press your right knee down toward the mat. Uncurl your toe. Bring the arms up. Greet the palms together at the very top. Keep your head in alignment with your bicep. And look up toward the sky. Pressing your hips down toward the mat. Making sure you're breathing. Relax those shoulders. Now go ahead and place the palms back down toward the mat. Uncurl that right toe, or curl the right toe. And then take the left foot back to downward facing dog and continue to pedal. Remember, you're doing what feels comfortable to you. I like to come up on the balls on my toes and then roll down to the balls of my feet to the heel. On your next inhalation, I want you to bring that right foot forward toward the fingertips. The left knee goes down. Uncurl the toes. Greet the palms together overhead. Keep your head in alignment with your bicep. Look up toward the sky. Pressing the hips forward down toward the mat. Relax those shoulders. Again, nice, deep, slow, ujjayi breaths. All right, go ahead and release the palms down. Curl the toes under. Take the right foot back. And again, pedal the foot. All right, so now this time I want you to walk your palms back towards your toes. Then I want you to take a nice deep breath, inhaling. And as you exhale, dive the body forward. Now inchworm on your fingertips to the plank. Drop your hips down, relax those shoulders, uncurl the toes to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under, take it back to the plank, walk it back. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, dive the body forward. Inchworm to the plank. Release the hips. Relax the shoulders, look up toward the sky. Curl the toes under. Take it back. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, dive the body forward. Inchworm. Take it to the plank. Release your hips. Relax the shoulders. Open up the chest. Take it back. Remember, use your breath. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale. Inchworm to the plank. Relax the hips down. Drop the shoulder blades. Look up toward the sky. Come back. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, guide the body forward. Inchworm to the plank. Release the hips, relax the shoulders. Curl the toes under and hold it at the plank. From plank, I want you to walk the palms back to downward facing dog. Take it to plank to downward facing dog. Try to get those heels down. Plank. And downward facing dog. Relax the armpits down toward the mat. Plank. To downward facing dog. Use your breath. Plank. To downward facing dog. Now let's take it back to plank and hold. From here, on the inhale, you're going to take the left foot toward the pinky on your right hand. Return back to the start and do your right foot. Pressing the hips down toward the mat. Again, left foot and the right foot. It's a good way to get the body moving, getting the heart rate up just a bit early in the morning. Continue to breathe. If you want a little bit more cardio, you can actually jump these. You're doing lunge jumps. Let's do one more round. plank. Take it to downward facing dog. Now, keep your palms flat. Walk your feet in toward your palms. Slowly round it up, one vertebrae at a time. Making sure that your head is the last to rise. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling. As you exhale, dive the body forward. Place your palms flat on the mat. Walk your feet out toward the corners. Drop your hips down to the mat. Using your elbows to push out on those inner thighs. Drop the hips down, the sits bone down toward the mat. Place the palms together, and as you exhale, just bow your head. Again, you're exerting just a gentle pressure on the outer part of those thighs, or the inner part of the thighs. Nice, deep ujjayi breaths. Then go ahead and release the palms down, take them behind you. Slowly transition your weight and bring your body to a comfortable seated cross-legged position, facing forward. Making sure that you're on your sits bones and off the fleshy part of your bottom. Take the fingertips down toward the mat. As you inhale, then take the arms all the way up overhead. And as you exhale, fingertips go down toward the mat. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time, deep breath, inhaling. This time we're going to greet the palms together at the very top. Draw your shoulders down around the back. Exhale down through the center. And namaste. Okay, stay in this comfortable seated position. Let's get ready for our meditation. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. Again, nice deep breath. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. Now this time as you inhale, lift your head up toward the sky. And as you exhale, drop your chin down toward the chest. Again, nice deep breath. Inhaling, head goes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, drop your chin down toward your chest. One more time, nice deep breath. Inhale, head goes up toward the sky. This time as you exhale, bring your chin forward. Keep your eyes closed and just focus on your breath. I want you to repeat quietly in your mind that this is a great day. Now as you breathe in slowly, I want you to imagine that there's a vibrant yellow light flowing into your body with every breath that you take. This yellow light is charged with a powerful, positive energy. So with every breath that you take, your body will become naturally energized. You may feel a slight tingle as this positive yellow energy spreads throughout your entire body. Nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Now as your life force is recharged with this positive, vibrant energy, you feel simple pleasure in just being alive. You begin to look forward to this great day. I want you to embrace this feeling. Give yourself permission to feel great about yourself. Now I want you to quietly repeat in your mind, I am energized. I am healthy. And I feel great. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. Just be quietly aware that in the back of your mind and with every breath that you take, your body is full of energy and continues to be recharged. Just keep your breath deep and slow. Now I want you to smile to yourself. And see how that simple act just makes you feel good. It just improves your morning. Try to keep that smile on your face as you quietly repeat to yourself after me. I love my life. I am grateful for my life. I love who I am. I am confident. I am loved. I am happy. I feel great about myself. I feel safe and I am safe. Today, everything is going to be fun and easy. Today, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to allow myself to enjoy this day. Today is a great day. So now it's time to begin your great day. So I want you to begin by just slowly wiggling your toes and your fingers, knowing that when you open your eyes, it's going to be time for you to experience that great day. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. One more time, nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Now go ahead and open up your eyes as you release, relax, return, refreshed, and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. Thank you for taking the time to meditate with me, and thank you so much for taking the 15 minutes out of your morning this morning to join me and to transform your life in 15 minutes. Remember, I will not be broadcasting live tomorrow, but I will be back on Saturday. So enjoy the rest of your day and make it a great day. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.